I have had the Borealis Crestone for over 6 months now for long-term testing, which has given me the opportunity to ride the bike in a wide range of Colorado conditions, from the roughest backcountry snow to technical mountain single track in the dirt, and even a fair amount of summer gravel grinding. I've also ridden the bike itself in a wide number of configurations, including both 26-inch and 27.5-inch fat wheel sizes, with a variety of different size terrain tires, and even in 29 plus form as a trail hardtail, and including the addition of a Manitou Mastodon 120mm front suspension fork, which really rounded out the ride and performance characteristics of this bike. The bike as provided had a high-spec SRAM XX1 1x12 drivetrain, which did include carbon cranks, and also SRAM G2 brakes. The two sets of fat wheels I had with the bike were both from Head, and were both high-performance versions, aluminum 27.5 and carbon 26-inch wheels. But if you want all the details on the parts spec breakdown of this bike, definitely check out the first look video I did several months ago. Although the Crestone wouldn't be classified as a low-cost or budget bike, it can still be a high-value option. Going lower end on the part spec, even with the high-quality carbon frame, it can still be really cost competitive, yet still very high on the performance scale. And Borealis has always given you the option on their website to spec the bike out exactly how you want it, and letting you invest your money exactly where you see fit, which frankly is something that most bike companies do not let the consumer do. In my time with the Crestone, I found that the more traditional cross-country trail geometry actually works really well for the bike for its intended use. This bike really excels in the snow, especially when climbing, and I found that the Geo actually helps keep the front end planted for traction and steering, even though it's really light and nimble. And as for riding in the summer dirt, the bike was really light and responsive in rigid form, riding in the dirt. I even set a few unexpected PRs on Strava, riding the bike with the carbon wheels. Let me shift gears and go to some more specific examples of how this bike performs in the snow and in the dirt. As for the snow performance, I'll say it with one sentence: it's the best fat bike I've ever ridden in the snow. Most of my rides are in the Rocky Mountain backcountry, often above tree line, so the trail conditions are much more variable based on traffic, weather, and wind conditions. I rarely actually get the opportunity to ride some groomed snow, and trust me, the backcountry conditions I do encounter will quickly expose any deficiencies a bike may have. And because I'm riding in the Rocky Mountains, obviously it includes a lot of climbing, so for me that's always a major factor in the performance of the bike. And in all the rides I did, the Crestone handled all the variable conditions with ease, and it just floats up the climbs unlike any other fat bike I've ever ridden. It always proved to be stable yet nimble, handling all of those ever-changing conditions as they came. And these are the types of things I invariably would have other fat bikes get hung up on from time to time in the backcountry. But in the summer dirt, I also found the bike to be equally as good. While it might not be quite as hard charging on chunky big mountain descents in rigid form as a bike like my Surly ice cream truck, which is mostly the result of the rigid geometry, with the 120mm Mastodon fork installed, it slackened out the geometry just a little bit, and it really helped the technical descents significantly, making them super fun, super fast, especially in 29 plus form. In this configuration, the Crestone really has proven to be a fast and fun trail hardtail, which is how I've been riding it in the last several weeks that I had it. The suspension fork does give it a new level of capability, and the modest weight penalty of the suspension fork proved to be worth it on this type of riding. And when I had the fork on with the 27.5 by 4.3-inch Terrain Yippee-Ki-Yays installed, it literally was able to bomb through everything I sent it through with epic traction, stability, and confidence. So to conclude, in lower part spec, you get a great fat bike that competes with the best fat bikes on the market, often for a lower price. And in high spec form, it is certainly one of, if not the, lightest and best performance fat bikes on the market. And again, without a doubt, the best fat bike I've ever ridden. Having this bike in rigid fat form, and then opting for the suspension fork and the 29 plus wheel set for the summer, can make it an awesome year-round one bike solution if that's what you're looking for. And doing this does really let you optimize the bike for two drastically different types of riding, all within one bike. Unfortunately, I have already returned the Crestone to Borealis, and even though it was a really tough one to let go, I will be shifting my focus back to some other bikes and ride content, including my long-term opinion of the Borealis Flume and many more snow and adventure rides with that bike, as it's a bike I feel is only slightly behind the Crestone in overall performance. So if you found this video helpful, drop a like down below. It really helps out the channel and tells YouTube this is the kind of content you want to continue to see. If you have any questions about the Crestone, the Flume, or anything else fat bike related, drop it down in the comments below. And if you want to continue to follow along as I make my fat, adventure, and mountain bike content, subscribe to the channel. It's free and easy for you to do with a single click of the button, and it'll ensure you keep getting my videos in your feed. Lots more coming as fall and winter is approaching, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.